family, 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 family.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Family, 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 family. This is the Drunken Peasants Podcast 961. We're all about family. We're all about family.
Except I look the most like Vin Diesel.
Yeah, we're all about family here. Everyone give the stream a like. I want to do a quick promo for our Patreon private show that's going to happen on Friday because we're not doing a show on Thanksgiving Day this coming Thursday. So we're just going to give you a little rundown on what to expect. It is the Survivor situation. There's going to be 4 contests of cringe going on that night. First, we have the team of Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates versus AOC, Bernie Sanders, and Nicolo and Hassan Piker.
Those damn millionaire socialists going up against these sweet boy billionaires.
I think Nico may pull in the simp vote and be the determining factor.
I think Hassan has more simps than Nicolo.
They do, but they both have quite a few, but it's totally different demographics. After that, we've got Hannibal and Monty. We've got Adam and Scott versus Shanny, G-Man, Derek Savage, and Cool Cat.
Cool Cat.
Yeah. Well, I'm biased in this one. That Shanny is a beautiful lady. No, obviously biased. Hannibal and Monty, Adam and Scoot. The defending tag team champs, all friends of the show. I'm kind of leaning towards that. The next contest, and this is for the number one contendership of the Cringerweight title. We have Egghead, who just lost the Cringerweight title.
Family, I peed in the basement.
You got to turn off that $5. This is too long.
We have Egghead coming in back from his loss. His team is Uncle Rick, his buddy Jeffrey, and a mystery partner versus Asterios, Owen Benjamin, Kalo, and Tony Hinchcliffe, the greatest comic duo quartet of all time. And if Egghead wins, he gets another shot at Digby the GOAT, the newly crowned Cringerweight Championship.
But if Asterios wins, he's taking his title back.
Well, he's going to go and take Digby on.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the main event, King Cobra, JFS, the champ, his buddy Darth Linney, homeboy Scotty, and Scrapper Steve versus Billy the Fridge, Joe, Cavacho, and Scuff Justin Carey, the Battle Cam team. The Battle Cam team. And actually, Joe is the team captain
Joe's
of
the
that.
team captain.
Yeah, and, you know, for those of you who aren't aware of this, it's our $5 Patreon private show. It's coming up on Friday. You guys vote on the winners of all these contests we just listed. And here's a little thing to kind of get you excited for.
Look, I don't know what happens.
I downloaded this from YouTube.
I don't know what happens in this video.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what's going to happen
I don't
next.
know. All I know, this is all I know. Okay, all I know is that Joe is a sweet boy, according to this video. This guy was stalking Joe and made this video about him.
Really?
I think he was stalking him. I don't know. He's paying close attention, though.
Okay, yeah, this is from Battle Cam stuff, and I think it's okay, but I'm just like, wow, this is too much.
We don't know if a wiener's going to pop out.
I don't know, and I don't want that to happen.
We don't know.
I don't want that to happen. But yeah, if we were on Vimeo, we'd be able to play it.
We'd be able to show wieners.
Also, tonight, you know what? I'll play the rest of it on tonight's post show because we're doing the post show for patrons only. Oh, actually, not patrons only. $10 plus patrons get the post show and all the perks associated with that. Or you can buy just the post show by clicking the join button and becoming a member of the channel.
Channel members get to go to the post show.
They get only the post show.
Only the post show. None of the other bonus stuff.
Right.
Just a direct hit to the chin with the post show.
Yes. So we'll watch that, and we've got some other stuff planned, so check that out. So we're gonna get right into a few things here. We're gonna start with the news segment, and then we'll get on to some other stuff. I see requests. Just wait. We handle it one at a time here. So here's the news.
He called me, sir. It got me so human angry.
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow.
They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
They are, by the way.
You better well learn to love it.
So we're going to review this Rittenhouse Tucker Carlson interview. Let's see how that went. I don't think it's the whole thing. I think they're releasing it in segments. So this is what's out so far.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. In retrospect, it's remarkable just how dishonest, how thoroughly and intentionally dishonest the media coverage of the Kyle Rittenhouse story turned out to be. All of it was a lie.
So I think me and Tucker are about the same age. Maybe he's a little bit older. I get the worry lines because I'm always worrying, but he has the permanent I'm pissed off creases.
The brow furl.
Yeah, it's bad.
Rittenhouse was not a white supremacist. He was never in a militia. He never crossed state lines with a firearm.
What?
The protest in Kenosha was not...
He actually didn't. The firearm was already on the other side of the state line.
Oh, my gosh. Who's just leaving firearms laying around on the other side of the state line?
He had purchased this firearm. I watched all the shit. He had purchased the firearm from a friend of his and was keeping it there. He could not take it back with him to where... his mother lived.
It's like when me and my friends went 50-50 on a bicycle, and I was like, I'll just keep the bicycle at my house.
Peaceful. It was a riot, chaotic and violent. Many of the rioters, by the way, carried guns. Rittenhouse was hardly alone. Rittenhouse didn't go to Kenosha looking for trouble. His father...
Oh, he's 54? Man.
Father lived there. Rittenhouse himself...
your age.
You know what? He must dye his hair then.
No, I think it's
Probably.
actually just cake
Just
frosting.
for men?
It's cake frosting.
Worked as a lifeguard in Kenosha.
It's chocolate
On
frosting.
August 25th of last summer, Rittenhouse went downtown to stand guard over a car lot. Here's the context. The night before, police in Kenosha had done nothing as the mob burned businesses, including another car lot, all the way to the ground. So the business owner needed Kyle Rittenhouse's help. He was looking to a 17-year-old for help, if that gives you some perspective on how bad things were. And he asked for it.
R. Kelly was looking to a 17-year-old for help is all. No big deal.
As Rittenhouse stood there, rioters threatened his life. Then they attempted to kill him. In the end, Rittenhouse shot 3 attackers as he tried to run to the safety of the police. A number of media outlets claimed the men Rittenhouse shot were black. In fact, all 3 were white, and all 3 had serious criminal records.
Yeah, but...
At first, people thought that, but obviously the identities of the people who were killed come out, and you can't deny that they weren't.
But... When you're a liberal and you hear somebody has crimes, you just think they must be black, right?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
We could go on. Again, the media coverage was, from beginning to end, a tapestry of lies. If you watched the trial last week, you know that. But what about Kyle Rittenhouse himself? What is he like? Apart from his testimony in court, few Americans have ever heard his voice. Over the next hour, we're going to let Kyle Rittenhouse speak for himself.
Few Americans have ever heard his voice.
Your own mind what you think. But before we start, one observation, which you can't resist making. It's hard to ignore the yawning class divide between Kyle Rittenhouse and his many critics in the media. Rittenhouse comes from the least privileged sector of our society. During high school, he worked as a janitor and a fry cook to help support his family. Last year, he got into college at Arizona State, and he's very proud of it.
Yeah, teenagers get shitty jobs. I don't know I don't know how much supporting his family he was doing, working those jobs. He probably wasn't making a lot of money. I had jobs like that when I was 17, 18 years old, and they barely paid enough for me to, buy a couple meals every now and then.
If you don't want
McDonald's.
if you don't want people like Kyle Rittenhouse running around with guns, then you got to start paying more for fry cooks. They're not picking up odd jobs defending against protesters.
In the world Kyle Rittenhouse grew up in, it is not a given that kids go to college. It's not even close. During the course of our long conversation, Kyle Rittenhouse struck us as bright, decent, sincere, dutiful, and hardworking. Exactly the kind of person you'd want many more of in your country. He's not especially political.
I just want many more Kyle Rittenhouses.
Right.
I'm
not going to say that. You know what? I had opinions about this before the trial, and I watched the evidence, and it seemed to me like he did defend himself, regardless of your feelings of his decisions that landed him there. When he was in that situation, he did defend himself. I don't care about the criminal records of the people he killed. I think that those are irrelevant to the situation, but they fucked up when they attacked him, and it cost 2 of their lives. So there. That's my opinion on it.
He never wanted to be the symbol of anything. Kyle Rittenhouse just wanted to keep violent lunatics from setting fire to cars. In the America he grew up in,
I wonder what he's doing here. Is he like yelling at somebody? I don't get it.
Was considered.
I think he's singing.
Virtuous. So if Rittenhouse seems a little bewildered at points during
saying family, 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 family
during our interview, thinking back over the last year and what happened to him, that's probably why. A lot of the things he assumed were true about this country turned out not to be true at all.
What?
Why so much buildup? Let's see the interview.
Because the interview probably sucks.
It probably does.
And,
so in that way,
it probably does.
They also did the interview in like this. Is this a Kenosha warehouse? Like, what is this?
Like a storage facility that they rented.
He speaks for many of us.
It looks like a murder scene in Dexter.
Yeah, like they could only get busy ass Kyle in an airplane hangar or something. What if Tucker Carlson is Dexter?
Oh, we got a new patron.
Hey,
you're
welcome.
gonna get a free month of DP On Demand with your $25 patronage. So look out for the link. That'll be coming your way.
Do you think this is Tucker Carlson plays like the most punchable face in real life, but he goes around and he Dexter Morgan kill suits all these people?
Yes.
He's gonna put Kyle in a kill room now?
He's already there.
Oh my
There's
God.
gonna be like bubble wrap dropping from the ceiling.
I didn't
pretty
know
soon.
that.
Yeah.
Here's Kyle Rittenhouse.
He's a psycho.
So tell me, Kyle, how you wound up in Kenosha that day.
My mom drove
Well,
me.
it actually started on August 24th. I was working my job as a lifeguard at the Recplex in Kenosha County, and then the riots were still going on, and a curfew was implied. So I went to Dominic Black's house.
See, I saw the riots in Seattle going on TV, and I was like, there's no way I want to be anywhere near that right now. I saw the video of the kid grabbing the police rifle. I say kid, he was probably like late teens, early 20s, but he grabbed this rifle out of a cop car, and this dude just ran up on him and put a pistol in his face, took the gun, and ran off with it. I guess he was like an undercover cop or something.
No, he wasn't an undercover cop. He was hired security by the businesses down there.
Okay.
Unlike Kyle Rittenhouse, 17-year-old ass.
Not hired. Not trained.
Use a gun. It was a trained guy who's trained, like he was like
ex-military, probably.
Expat, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and he just like disarms dudes grabbing a gun.
And no one got hurt.
Yeah, nobody got hurt.
And
but
I
also,
stayed
like, nobody's going to look at that guy and be like, I want to mess with him. They look at Kyle Babyface Rittenhouse. They're like, oh, this is someone I can take down. This little baby with a gun. Kyle talks like a fucking little dorky kid. I feel like he's about to tell me about his Pokemon collection.
Night over there, and
yeah, like if the guy in Seattle that disarmed that one kid did that to Rittenhouse, you think Rittenhouse would have just tried to shoot him?
Oh, Rittenhouse would have given up his gun.
You think he would have?
Of course, because the guy was so quick. If he had a gun to Kyle's head, Kyle would be like, "Take the gun."
All right.
Kyle wouldn't have a choice.
Saw the videos of the riots and the arson going on.
What'd you think of it?
It was upsetting because Kenosha is my community, and I just was upset seeing my community up in flames.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a great interviewer. Yeah.
Sure.
Tucker has awful posture, too. He's the fucking hunchback of Notre Dame right here. What the fuck?
Yeah. Tucker looks like a special person.
Like he's never sat up straight in his life.
Yeah. I don't know.
Rittenhouse posture looks better than him.
Right, it does, yeah.
So you're at your friend's
dressed better too. Like who dressed him? What media tour is Rittenhouse?
He probably
going
has
on?
like a publicist now. Or
I
something.
know.
House that night. You've come back from working as a lifeguard.
Yes.
And then you decide to go in. First, you're cleaning up graffiti, correct?
Yes. So we say the night August. I say the night August 24th. We wake up in the morning and we're talking. We're like, let's go help our community. Let's go see what we can do.
Let's go help our community. I saw the tape, Kyle. I saw the tape. You talking about those people at CVS? Okay, you did not say let's go help our community. You said, I wish I had, I'm going to bring my M15, because if I'd have had my AR the night I was at CVS, I would have shot all those rioters, all those looters.
Yeah, he did say something to that effect.
He did say that. So
that wasn't admissible in the trial.
Of course not. That's not what he was on trial for.
It's true.
But let's be honest here, Kyle. You did not say, I want to go help my community.
No.
You said, I'm going to stand up against these protester looters. Let's call them looters. I don't think Kyle was there to shoot protesters. I think Kyle was there to stand up against the looters and the destructors of property. He probably felt like that he had the moral superiority over them.
We ended up at Ruther Central High School, where we were cleaning graffiti for a couple hours, and then we met with the owners of Car Source, and we offered to protect their business from fires, making sure the rest of their other two properties didn't get burned down like they did.
Why don't you go volunteer at a soup kitchen instead of being like a vigilante police officer?
I thought the story was it was a friend that asked him to watch. He's saying that he offered.
He did not know the owners of that place.
Okay, because I thought the story was that he said that they had asked him.
I watched all of the testimony.
A lot of the Kyle defenders are like, he was asked to defend that property. Up until today, I didn't even realize it was a car lot.
The Car Source, I think it is like a used car lot or something.
I didn't realize that until this interview.
He said he drove by it every day on his way to work when he was getting cross-examined.
I thought he was defending a Chipotle, and that's why I was siding with him for so long.
Night prior, and they agreed. We came back. We went back to Dominic's house and hung out there for a little bit, and then we went to Car Source to help protect the property and make sure it didn't set on fire again.
Again.
So you get there. What do you see?
When I get there, I see in the beginning, the morning of Ruther Central,
I sees big angry people, Tucker. I sees fires, Tucker. I sees people trying to destroy the cars. I love cars, Tucker. I love cars. I was using my gun, go boom, boom, get them away, Tucker. They was gonna hurt me.
Family.
Spray paint.
He seems like a little fucking kid.
Where
I mean, he's 18.
Grow up,
see
Kyle
smoke
Rittenhouse.
coming from the Car Source that was burnt down, and it was quite upsetting. Because that was.
Yeah, to be honest with you, when I was this age, I couldn't grow much facial hair, and like. I could, but it was patchy. It didn't look good as like one solid beard. So I was shaving. I was clean shaving until I got up to maybe like 23, 24.
Somebody's business that got.
But like, just because you can't grow a beard doesn't mean you can't carry yourself like a man. Like, what's keeping him from just having his big old sausage can cock hanging out to show everybody what a fucking real daddy is? Hey, big money, no whammies.
Destroyed.
Yeah. So you said to the people who own the car lot. I want to protect your cars. And they said, yes, please.
Yes, please.
You know, I saw in Seattle they were smashing Amazon stores and shit, and I'm like, yeah, fuck Amazon. But then they smashed Fogo de Chao, and that's where I drew the line. Delicious Brazilian churrasco grill should not be trifled with.
Yeah, it did break my heart when I heard that the Brazilian Fogo de Chao got attacked and I didn't get to loot any of it.
You don't fuck
You
with
got
Fogo
like
de
packs
Chao.
of steaks under your arms.
You got to be ballsy as fuck to loot Fogo de Chao though, because they literally
got the big swords.
They literally bring the meat out to you on swords.
Yeah,
and so if you walk in to steal meat, they could just cut you when you go to grab their sausages or something.
That was at the Bellevue protest, and that was literally like the worst thing that happened was Fogo de Chao's window got broken, and a couple people broke into the mall and stole some shit and left.
The Bellevue police chief was down at the park, and everybody
He got on one
busted
knee
in the mall.
immediately.
He was
I
like, "I'm
just
going to do a
finished
kneel."
listening to Billy's rant about Martin Shkreli the other night. Take more of my money, you sweet boys.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers, Miranda. I hope that you giving us money is a small pittance, because right now you gave $20, but because of my Martin Shkreli rant, next time it's going to be raised to $750.
I said, hey, if you, I asked if they needed any help, and they said yes, if you can.
So you asked.
Where were the police?
I'm not sure really, because
What do you mean not sure?
They have a hard job.
For sure.
For
but
sure. Cops have a
I
hard
didn't really
job.
think they got the support they needed. The National Guard should have been called August 23rd, but the city,
National Guard came to Bellevue and like locked down the perimeter of all the apartment buildings there.
Yeah.
Kenosha failed their
Gotta
community.
Gotta save the people down
the
there.
governor,
for sure,
Tony
right?
Evers, failed
Didn't
the
the
community.
National Guard, what was it Trump was offering and a lot of cities were turning it down? Or how'd that work?
I'm not sure. There's like a broken timeline on that. I'd have
There
to
should have
look
been a
into
lot
that.
more resources to help with that.
That's for sure. So you've been criticized for carrying a firearm into the scene, but it's obvious from the tape that a lot of people, you were not the only one with a firearm. There were rioters with firearms. Was that obvious to you?
Yes.
So you saw other people with guns?
I did. There was a lot of people on both. Like there were rioters with firearms. I remember one very distinctly. Joshua Zeminski was walking around with a pistol in his hand all that night with Joseph Rosenbaum.
Where did you first see Rosenbaum?
The first time I saw Rosenbaum was the first time he threatened to kill me.
Yeah, this is the like super crazy dude with the really sketchy criminal record, like P-word criminal record.
Yeah.
And he literally threatened to kill Rittenhouse earlier that night.
An anonymous rando said again he's an instigator or provocateur. LOL. He went to defend somebody else's property, protect your own place stuff. Kyle went there looking for a brawl or to kill somebody.
I don't know about a
he
brawl.
He wanted trouble. So here's the thing. Maybe he did go there looking for trouble, but you're allowed to go places looking for trouble, right? It's your
It's
right.
when you cause it.
It's your If you're going to end trouble,
But if
or
you're
going
looking
to
for
start
it-
trouble, you could go looking for trouble. You, as an American, you're allowed to go look for trouble. When you find it, what do? That's the problem. Do you cause more trouble or do you alleviate the trouble? You're in a community. As a community member, you should always feel comfortable applying yourself to better the community's values. You should always feel that way. You might be wrong. You might not be what the community wants, and you'll eventually get stomped out. If there were more Rosenbaums there, maybe he couldn't have taken them all out. Maybe they would have gotten Kyle.
It was at the corner of the car source lot that I was at primarily that night.
Look how
guy-
short that dude was. He's 5'3". That dude is very small.
He's a
I was
micro
asking-
midget mini man.
Yeah.
people if they needed medical, and he came up to me and Ryan Balch and he said, if I catch any of you MFers alone, I'm going to effing kill you.
Had you ever seen him before?
I have not.
So you'd never seen this guy. He walks up and threatens to kill you out of nowhere.
Yes. It was quite shocking. I was like, why would somebody threaten to kill me? I'm just asking if people need help on both sides. I was there just to help anybody that needed, and shockingly, the only people I helped that night were rioters.
What kind of sense did you get from Rosenbaum?
How did you help him?
By killing, killing two people and injuring one.
The only people I helped that night were writers. I helped this Rosenbaum character find peace.
That sounds great.
He was a tormented man.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that you're 5'3", and the only time you ever reached 6 foot was when Kyle Rittenhouse put you 6 foot deep? Ooh, cruel,
when he threatened
horrible
to kill me,
joke.
I was like, what the heck just happened? I've never, nobody's ever threatened to kill me.
Yeah.
You must not have been on the internet, my dude.
And I was like, that's not something you say.
Well, you know what? During the trial, the prosecutor asked him if he ever played first-person shooters, and he said not that much.
Wow, that sick prick. If he would have just played more first-person shooters, he wouldn't have taken his aggression out on real people.
And he would have been, someone would have threatened to kill him on a regular basis, because that happens all the time.
Somebody.
How long after that was it that he tried to grab your rifle?
It was about an hour and a half later, and then there was actually a second time he said to the group, he said, this is the second time he threatened to kill everybody. He said, I'm gonna effing kill you. I'm gonna cut your hearts out, you effing N-words.
He's at a BLM protest and he's calling people the N-word?
Of course.
This guy was unhinged, as far as I know. Allegedly.
If Kyle's not lying through his tiny little boy teeth.
There might be video evidence, though.
You know what? I don't know if there's video evidence or not, but what I heard was that Rosenbaum went down there and was like, hey, sweet boy with the gun, do you mind if I carry that for you? It looks like it's straining your back. I'll do anything to help. That's what Rosenbaum actually said. Not this crazy, naughty words.
Your heart's out?
Yes.
Rosenbaum was just a sweet boy P-word.
Did any of the rioters try and calm him down or stop him?
What I noticed is the rioters were trying to, they were disassociating with him because he was spewing the N-word around.
Right. Why would I'm surprised someone else didn't kill him at this point. What?
And they just didn't seem to want to have anything to deal with him, the rioters.
Yeah. So he comes, he tries to grab your rifle, he gets shot. You decide at that point, unless I'm misremembering, you want to go turn yourself into the police.
Yes. After I shoot Mr. Rosenbaum, he tried to grab my gun. I was running away. There was a gunshot behind me. After I shoot him, I run around the car because I was going to go render first aid to him. I wasn't able to because then there was a mob forming and calling for my execution to get him and kill him. And that's when I tried to run to the police line and get to the police.
Yeah, but don't you think you were asking for it, Kyle Rittenhouse? Running around with a gun? Come on. One thing I know is in America, if you carry a gun, you're either the police or you're going to be killed by the police. What were you thinking?
Yeah, running towards the police with your gun might have been a bad idea.
It's white privilege, Ben. He not only did they not murder him like they would every other person of color, but they told him to just go home. They said, go home, white privilege boy.
And then
imagine me if I ran to the police with a gun.
If you ran like Kyle did, I think you'd be okay. He didn't point the gun. He was walking towards. I don't know. Maybe they would have shot you down. Here's the thing, though. The police don't actually kill that many people. They kill too many, but they don't kill everybody. There's tons of videos where I watched somebody dealing with the cops, sometimes even people of color, and I'm surprised they didn't get messed with. Some cops just don't have it in them to shoot, and other cops have it in them to shoot.
Normally, that's paranoia. I mean, part of the thing is in America, anyone can have a gun because guns are everywhere. So cops are super fucking paranoid that anyone they encounter could possibly have a gun. I've seen so many videos of a guy reaching in his car to get his registration or whatever, and they blow him away.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of police shootings.
Yeah.
Is that they're on edge because people will try to kill them. So
our system is busted.
It is.
It's not working.
I want AI robot cops that are not afraid to get killed and only use deadly force to defend someone that's in danger.
Or
that's what I want. I know it's not a feasible thing today, but I think we would have it eventually. Drop it.
Hear me out. We just have one cop, okay? and you have to ask him if you can get away with a crime or not. And if he says yes, let him be. If he says no, no crimes.
Okay.
Like an honor system.
Okay. Honor cop.
By the guy who kicked you.
Honor robot cop.
like an
by
honor
Jump
system.
Kick Man, yes.
Whose identity we didn't know. It turns out the prosecution knew it and hid it.
So we found out November
need
7th,
RoboCop.
the prosecution, we went into the judge's chambers and the prosecution said, we identified Jump Kick Man, and the prosecution threw a fit a little bit. They didn't want us to interview him. They were like, well, he's a victim, and didn't want my investigators or my attorneys to interview him or ask him questions. They just wanted to do it private, non-recorded, and the judge said, no, it's going to be recorded. And then a couple hours later, they say, oh, he asked for immunity and we're not going to give it to him, so we're not going to be calling him as a witness.
Jump Kick Man?
Probably didn't want to talk about his criminal record.
Yeah.
So
He's only known as Jump
love
Kick
it.
Man?
He's not even really interviewing him. I like how he's like, I probably don't want to talk about his criminal record.
I didn't even know there was a Jump Kick Man.
Yeah, this guy jump kicked Rittenhouse when he was on the ground.
Could you imagine if you were getting jump kicked and also beaten by a skateboard?
No, because I wouldn't be in this position unless someone literally just randomly attacked me.
I'd really be rethinking my my vigilanteism at this point. I'm on the ground, had just shot somebody, tried to administer CPR to this dead body or whatever he's going to do, and then people just start attacking him. It's a thankless job, Kyle. Get out while you still can.
A little bit. They didn't want us to interview him. They were like, well, he's a victim, and didn't want my investigators or my attorneys.
I can't believe how many people were willing to charge someone with a rifle in their hands. I don't understand that at all.
Well, it was a lot of people that were together and they were charged for action.
To
there was a call to, well, some
interview
people
him
are
or ask
idiots.
him
Some
questions.
people-
They just wanted to do
Especially
it
the people who
private,
defend the people
non-recorded,
who
and
do
the
that.
judge
I will
said,
say,
no.
well, I for one always will defend somebody who does a kick-ass jump kick.
Okay.
I
It's
love
gonna be
kick-ass
recorded,
jump
and
kicks.
then
They call me
couple
jump
hours
kick
later,
man
they say, oh,
aficionado.
he asked for immunity and we're not going to give it to him, so we're not going to be calling him as a witness.
Yeah, well, probably
I'm
didn't
not
want to talk
sure
about
if
his
you
criminal
guys
record.
have talked about what happened on Sunday in Waukesha, Wisconsin, where
Yeah.
a man drove a van into a
I
parade,
have that
killing
lined
6
up.
people and injuring 62 more.
62 more? Oh my gosh.
He already has 6 first-degree murder charges against him. They all carry a maximum of life. There's so much evidence that he did it on purpose and it wasn't some kind of weird accident. He looks insane, like unhinged, crazy. But we'll get to that. That guy's going to prison for life.
I have one what if on that though.
No,
What if he gets Kyle Rittenhouse as judge, and the judge takes a liking to him, and the judge is like the
I don't think it's in the
Wisconsin.
same place.
What if he's the Wisconsin Professor X, and he puts together the Wisconsin
so
Avengers
you're running,
with Kyle Rittenhouse,
trying to get to the
jump kick
police
man,
lines.
car drive dude, this zombie Rosenbaum,
You see the mob coming after
Rosenbaum-y?
you. Let's execute him.
Zombie
they're
Liberace.
saying. And then out of nowhere, you get dropped to the ground by the guy who kicks you in the head. Did you see him coming?
I did. To backtrack a little bit, actually, as I'm running Gage Grove
He's like, I
Streets,
did, but Tucker, what the fuck do you do when you have a jump kick coming at you? Not a lot of choices, Tucker.
came up to me with his phone and put it in my face, and he said,
This guy had played one of the biggest roles in getting him acquitted because he basically admitted that he pointed the gun at him first.
Yeah.
He pointed a gun at Rittenhouse first, and Rittenhouse shot him first, but he pointed the gun first.
Yeah, that didn't help.
No.
what are you doing? Did you just
That is self-defense.
shoot that man?
If
And
he
I told
pointed
him
the
I'm
gun
going to the
first-
police.
That was on video,
And-
though, right?
But he admitted it on the stand.
Yeah, admitting it.
He
but,
said,
like,
"Oh,
there's also the visual
okay,"
evidence
and ran
as well.
off. And I kept running to get to the police. And that's when Anthony Huber strikes me with the skateboard as I'm running before I'm on the ground for the first time. And then I'm hit with a rock by somebody in a white tank top. And that's how I end up on the ground. And I have 4 people around me from what I remember. And I move my firearm in their direction, and they back off with their hands up so I don't shoot them. And then Jump Kick Man keeps coming, and that's when I fire 2 shots at Jump Kick Man.
The jump kick man.
It's weird how they won't use his name. I wonder. I don't know.
And
what that's about.
you miss him, and he kicks you.
Yes.
Then what happens?
After Jump Kick Man
was Jump Kick Man a ninja or something? Like, that's insane. He dodged bullets and ran up. Yeah, that's craziness.
Well, it's actually he's actually the Scarlet Spider, but Sony still owns the rights to Scarlet Spider, so Fox News has to refer to him as Jump Kick Man until they buy the rights to the Sony Spider universe.
Anthony Huber comes up and he grabs the barrel of my gun, and then he hits me with his skateboard holding his trucks, and that's when I shoot him one time.
Where did he hit you with the skateboard?
He hit me in the back of the head.
These people are insane.
In the neck. The back of the head.
That could be fatal.
Towards the neckline.
Did you think you were going to be killed at that point?
I did.
Then what happens?
And then after Mr. Huber attacks me, Mr. Grosskreutz puts his hands up, and then I have my rifle pointed in his direction for about a second, and then once I lower my rifle, I noticed that my ejection port is opened about an inch, and Mr. Grosskreutz said I pulled the charging handle, which never happened. I hit the forward assist to close the ejection port, and he sees me doing that or something, and this time he runs at me, and he has his gun pointed directly at my head.
Did you see the gun?
I did.
What, do you think he was going to shoot you?
I did. He had it pointed directly at my head, and that's when
It would have been interesting, like in another reality, if it had gone the other way, where that dude killed Rittenhouse instead, and what his trial would have ended up being like.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Well, not interesting. It still would have been tragic, but
yeah, it's just weird to think about because in a split second it could have gone the other way.
Yeah,
and how they would report it.
Yeah, Legal Ego was talking about that in a video he released today. Like, what would the testimony look like if it happened
one time? And
yeah,
that Chad Hero Grosskreutz.
He's no longer a threat to me at that point because he ran off after I fired that shot.
Did you realize you hit him?
I didn't know until
he got shot in the arm.
Later.
I hate that. I hate that.
So then what
Just
happens?
looking at his limp wrist.
There is
why
a
he's
person
insane.
directly in front of me, and I
None of
point
these people had
my
to do
rifle in their
this.
direction, and he puts his hands up, and
Preventable.
he's not. He's backing up, and I then turn around, start going to the police, and then I hear shots behind me, and I turn around and briefly raise my rifle to see if I'm being shot at.
Do you think Kyle Rittenhouse will do Joe Rogan?
No.
Oh my God.
But maybe.
And then I realize
maybe.
I can't see who's shooting at me, so then I turn around and
The
go back
Spotify people will flip their
to
shit.
the police car.
Every time Joe Rogan does something that the Spotify employees don't like, there's like a blurb about it somewhere.
Towards the
60-40
police line.
chance. I'll give it 60-40.
Maybe. Depends on how far he wants to be in the public eye. He may stay in it, or he might go hiding. I heard he had gotten accepted into Arizona State University before all this shit happened. I wonder if he's even going to do that
That's
now.
a party college.
Yeah, but I wonder if he's even going to do that now. It could be weird. There's going to be a lot of people who don't like him because of this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's... And, there's people that are out to get him, too.
There's a lot of crime there, too, in Tempe, Arizona.
ASU is one of those schools where your scholarship money can go towards fake boobs, right?
I have no idea.
Or guns to
Love
rock people.
ASU.
It's just, hearing this is just hard to believe this is happening in an American city.
Yeah.
So then you finally get up, you hear shots, you turn to see who's shooting at you, and then you finally make it to the police line.
Yes. Once I make it to the police cruiser, the police officer says, "Get back, get back, get back." One of them has a gun out, and the other has pepper spray pointed at me. And I say, "Hey, I just had to shoot somebody. I just had to shoot somebody." And then they say, "Go home." And I didn't know this until...
Go home?
Yeah. The officer said to go home. I don't think he knew what happened or heard me. There's a lot of chaos going on.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Yes,
apparently he
there
pepper
must have
sprayed
been
me.
chaos.
You can see it in the...
There was someone named Jump Kick Man. That
Jump
sounds
Kick
so
Man.
chaotic.
It sounds like a Mega Man boss.
Jump
They
Kick
dodge
Man.
a bullet and
Yeah.
kick you.
You know, Mega Man uses the buzzsaw thing to kill Jump Kick Man, and then he gets the Jump Kick Man power, and he uses that to beat Rittenhouse Man.
Jump Kick Man.
Yeah.
Video, but I don't remember being pepper sprayed by him.
So then what happened?
I say, okay, I go back to the car source lot number 2. We've been referring to them. Car source 1 is the one that got burnt down. Car source 2 is the one that I was at primarily the entire night. And car source 3 is the one where I was attacked by Mr. Rosenbaum. I go back to car source lot number 2 and I tell everybody there what happened. I said I had to do it. I was just attacked. I was dizzy. I was vomiting. I couldn't breathe. And I was like...
So he must have been pepper sprayed. He said he didn't remember getting pepper sprayed, but that's probably why. Or either that or he was so upset that he killed a couple people.
That's possible, too. He also could have been about to go up in a rap battle with Papa Dot and Mom Spaghetti wasn't settling correctly in his stomach. Like, there's a few reasons why you might be nauseous.
We couldn't. I wanted to turn myself in Kenosha. I wanted to turn myself into the police in Kenosha, but I wasn't able to because they weren't accepting visitors apparently with the barricades and the fence up. So we ended up turning myself into the Antioch Police Department.
So you drove back across state lines, as we're now calling it.
Yeah, so he drove back to the town that he was living in with his mom and turned himself in.
So you tell me you drove the gun back over state lines.
The prosecutor was asking him about this. He was like, so you drove hours later you turned yourself in. He's like, no, it was like 45 minutes. It was an hour later, wasn't it? And Rittenhouse is like, no, it wasn't.
I feel like it was at my earliest convenience. I promise you.
You couldn't even turn yourself in.
No, it was like I had to go to Antioch Police Department, which, to my understanding, is the closest police department to Kenosha.
Why do you think people were burning car source? What does that have to do with civil rights?
I don't know. I think it was opportunists taking advantage of the BLM movement. I agree with the BLM movement. I agree everybody has the right to protest and assemble, but I do not agree that people have the right to burn down.
That was the soundbite. Like, I agree with the BLM movement because I heard that it was like teased before the interview came out. Yeah.
What is this pussy? You're changing sides, pussy? Stand by MAGA! MAGA! Stand by MAGA! We don't want you saying BLM, pussy! Stand by MAGA!
I don't appreciate that people are burning down American cities to try to spread their message. I think there's other ways to go around it.
That's a talking point. So they made fun of the crossing state lines talking point, but then they do the burn down cities. Come on, like you could say burning down buildings because that did happen, but burning down cities is a very misleading statement. No actual whole cities or even sections of cities were burned.
Yeah,
there was a couple buildings, which is wrong.
To be fair, Ben, when somebody assaults a woman, they rarely ever assault the entire woman. It's just like a part.
What?
It's just like a part. It's just because a part of the city was burnt down. It still counts as an attack on the city.
I didn't say it wasn't an attack. I said the city didn't get burnt down.
Well, yeah, not the entire city.
Not even a section of it. A building.
So you turn yourself into Antioch Police. What do you think is going to happen at that point to you?
I didn't know. I was in shock. My head was spinning from being hit in the head multiple times. I had some minor injuries. I just didn't know. I didn't know I was going to be arrested for defending myself.
You got jump kicked.
Everything was on video.
You got beat with a skateboard. You got jump kicked.
He got hit with a rock too.
Yeah.
But part of the reason I think I was arrested is because of the mob.
Oh damn! Kyle Rittenhouse is in the chat.
Oh my God! He says it was a thrill to kill.
Yeah.
See, I knew you were being a pussy on Tucker. I knew you were real. You were a real MAGA murder rock star, Kyle.
Mentality, and they were like, yeah, we're just gonna arrest him, even though there was videos already out showing me being attacked and having to defend myself.
So when was it that you were arrested?
I was arrested on August 25th at around 6 a.m. I was formally arrested without a criminal complaint being drafted. They didn't know what they were charging me with yet. They just arrested me.
At home?
At Antioch Police Department.
What'd your parents say when you called them and told them what had happened?
I didn't call my mom after I saw her, and she was in shock. She was like, she wanted to go into hiding, and I said, no, the right thing to do would be to turn myself in. I didn't do anything wrong.
Your mom
So
is
you knew
stupid.
that from the very beginning?
I knew that.
Mother,
a lot of people are
trust
like,
me,
oh, Kyle
if I don't turn myself in, Ricky Schroeder won't bail me out.
had time to meet with his...
Who would have known that the Silver Spoons kid is actually Kyle Rittenhouse? They basically, Silver Spoons, the show, predicted Kyle Rittenhouse.
attorneys to come up
They
with
should
this.
remake Silver Spoons.
With Kyle Rittenhouse as the Ricky Schroeder
Amazing
character.
defense of
Kyle
self-defense.
Schroeder.
No, that's not the case. This has been 100% self-defense from the beginning, and I didn't know there was 100 cameras. I knew but I did know I was attacked, and I defended myself.
What do you think would have happened to you if there hadn't been the amount of video that there is?
I can't even imagine. I don't think we'd be sitting here right now having this talk, Tucker.
Talk, Tucker.
That's
Talk,
for sure.
Tucker.
You'd never
I'll be
get out.
honest with you, Tucker.
Talk, Tucker.
I don't think I'd ever got to meeting you, Tucker. I wish you would have worn the bow tie, though. The bow tie was always so
It's
cool.
cute. He's got some almost like weird jowls.
Knows perfectly well the only reason he's free is because he can prove what actually happened. thanks
Eric
to
N
those-
says, "You're lucky you were not there." Well, yeah.
I would never go to a place like
I
that.
actively
I would never
chose.
either.
I actively chose not to go to any of the protests in Seattle because I know what a magnet I am for fuckery. I live my life on the edge of fuckery. I was going out live streaming months all the time before, and this was like prime time to go out and see some action. I'm like, I can't do it because I know no matter where I go, I'm gonna be a target.
He's a
of
big
something.
target too,
dude. People, crazy people.
It's hard not to miss him.
They're magnetic to me. I attract crazies. If I go to that damn thing, I would have had a Rosenbaum-like fellow trying to like smooch on me or something. I get kisses all the time.
videos, but it didn't prevent him from going to jail anyway. He did for a longer period than most people understand.
Yeah, they probably would have
During
called
that
me
time,
a
he picked up a
Nazgul,
couple of
whatever that
attorneys who
means.
said they would help him. In his view, they badly abused him and his family and their trust. I'll tell you a lot about that in just a minute, and about the prosecutor.
Everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already. You know, we streamed yesterday. We don't normally stream on Mondays, and we had less than half as many people as watching right now. It just, like, YouTube just totally screws us over when it comes to notifications and shit like that. So, and if we don't stream on our usual days, it's just weird. It, like, no one knows about it. So if you missed yesterday's episode, check that out as well. And just a reminder, tonight we're doing the post show. We've got a lot of stuff planned for the post show. If you're a patron, $10 or more, you can catch that. It's immediately after this episode ends. We do it on off platform so that we can do stuff that YouTube wouldn't let us do. And so you can catch it becoming a $10 patron, or if you don't got $10, you can buy it by just becoming a channel member. If you want to click the join link down below the video, become a channel member. You can just get the post shows that we're going to start doing again very frequently.
Somebody just brought up that Whitney, Wisconsin is in Wisconsin. She could be added to the Wisconsin
She should go to
Avengers.
jail. She should go to jail. I don't even want to get. It's gross. It's gross.
Wisconsin's weird, y'all.
Yeah, Wisconsin always struck me as like, cheese and the Packers, and they talk like this. It seemed pretty laid back, and there's a lot of lakes, but no. Wisconsin is messed up. I don't want to go
Dahmer
there.
could be part of the Wisconsin Avengers. He's from Milwaukee.
Oh God,
yeah,
the ghost of
which
Jeffrey
is actually
Dahmer.
pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land.
The good land.
Yeah.
All right, so there was a request for this, so we're gonna watch this now. I guess Baked Alaska had a bunch of. Oh, look, we just got a. Oh, I need to make that bigger. We just got a new member.
Thank you, Marshall Chain.
Thank you. Yeah, you'll get to see the post show. I'll post the link for it immediately following this episode, and we'll hang out for a little bit, watch some videos, and say words that I've been actively trying to avoid saying during the stream because I got to get that magical green dollar sign.
Look at Eduardo with his Wisconsin fuckery.
Go Packers.
Go
I'm a
Packers.
Packer fan,
Are you a
That's
Packer?
weird. I know, like, Pimp Monk is a Packers fan, too. It's like, you guys don't live anywhere near Wisconsin.
I like the team.
All right, here's Baked Alaska getting raided by the cops. I heard people saying it was a SWAT, but it almost looks like they were there to arrest him. I want to point out that the QAnon shaman got almost 4 years in prison, so I wouldn't be surprised if Baked Alaska gets something similar to
Based shaman. Where he's going, he won't have his organic meals. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
The cops walk in here. Look, imagine the cops are busting in this room. How many of these cops do you think are like, this is a pretty chill room?
I think they say you're under arrest in a second here.
Ow, wow, wow. This is like classic overcompensation, right? I bet you he's not even American.
So he has, I think, like a 24-hour cam or something because it says like Yoba.house.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Is this him listening to his own rap music?
I think so, yeah. It's probably playing in the background.
Oh no, a kitty. No, poor kitty.
Oh, dude. Are you... You're not a cat person, right, Ben?
I don't dislike cats. I'm just allergic
You're
to
allergic,
them.
right? Could you imagine having a cat tower in your house?
If I had a cat.
I don't know. Like, I think I could have a cat, but I don't think I could have a cat tower.
Okay.
I think a cat would be fine. But a cat tower? Shout out to everybody who has cat towers. You need to explain it to me because I don't understand cat towers.
Anonymous sent $5.
Keep those donos funny.
Oh, come on. No funny donos. The cops are in the room.
Yeah, that's funny.
Are they not taking him? Oh, look at that mustache.
Yeah.
My guy thought he knew he was going to be on TV today.
A cat
The
tower.
Midwestern.
A cat tower, yeah. I don't think I could have a cat tower.
Yeah, I'm turning it down because I don't know what this music is. The cat is freaked out. I feel bad for it. Looks like he has a keyboard there. I wonder what he plays. Like, what kind of awful music does he make on his live stream?
Have you heard his awful music?
I have, which I'm like, what new concoctions has he cooked up? Having the Trump stuff up is just sad, though, honestly.
Yeah,
he's got an
it's pretty
America
pathetic.
First flag, and it has, like, the old, like, Southern, like, Confederate red X flag
Pabst
on
Blue Ribbon.
I know it's his. Well, I figured it's his own song, but you never know. So I guess this is from down the road here. Maybe one of the other IP2 people.
This is insane.
Your news is fine. Come on over here. We'll explain everything in a minute. Keep walking towards me.
Rough.
Way up in the air.
Or maybe this is Baked
This is
Alaska.
his stream. He was out and had the house on.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, I want both of y'all to stop. Turn around.
But hey, I love the cops.
Okay.
Thing is, I love the cops, though, guys.
shit.
I love you
Wait, what?
guys. So they got the whole street busted down there, and they got him over here, too.
Listen to me, gentlemen. Walk
Who's
backwards.
recording then?
Female, stay there.
Probably has a body
Keep
cam or
walking
something.
backwards. Keep walking backwards. Until I tell you to stop.
Oh, okay.
Keep walking backwards.
Is he walking backwards?
I
guess that's it.
This
Or
rate-
no, still going.
Keep on walking. Our side. Okay, stop. 3 steps to your right. Bigger steps. Okay, walk back. Walk back. Walk back. Walk back. Walk back.
Out.
Keep walking. And down.
Keep coming.
Keep coming.
Keep coming.
That's what she said.
Coming.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming.
Keep coming.
All right.
I'm the counterculture cop. Keep coming.
Yeah, that's it.
love
That's
those
all
accents,
I've got
man.
at this point.
Yeah, that's all
Unless
we
there's
got,
more.
dude. I don't know. That's all we found. That's all the videos we
Wow.
found, guys, of
That was crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, he's wanted. It's funny because he was found guilty for assault. I don't know why he's out of jail again because he was found guilty for assault. But I think this is probably pertaining to the Capitol stuff.
Didn't they say they weren't going to... what do they call it? After you've been found guilty, you have to be like...
Sentenced.
Yeah, sentencing was for February, I think.
Oh, why wait so long? He's already been found guilty.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I was going to jail, I'd want to just go to jail and get it over with.
Maybe it's because they had other investigations on him, and so they wanted to...
Yeah, because he'll go to federal prison instead. I don't know if he'll be able to serve the sentences consecutively because one's like a state offense and one's a federal one, or if when he gets out, he'll have to go to state prison for the other one. I don't know.
Where does he live? Where is he from?
Arizona is where he lives currently.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah. Oh, I downloaded the video because I was talking about when they deployed the National Guard to Bellevue. This is it. There's the mall in downtown Bellevue, the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. See, they don't mess around when rich people stuff is in danger.
Fuck no. You fuck with Fogo de Chao, you got the National Guard coming.
Right. There's a lot of money in this area down here. There's like high-rise apartment buildings that cost like $3,000 to $4,000 a month to live in.
Yeah. If you, loot the Fogo, you got to go.
I saw that comment.
Go. It was very telling.
That should be the slogan for the National Guard.
Yes. It is now.
Nice.
They're changing their name to the Delicious Brazilian Meats Guard.
Yeah. Linda Candiotti knows.
Oh, God.
We're so cheesecake.
That's where Billy was rude to the waitress? I was not rude to any waitress at Fogo. I haven't been rude to waitresses.
That was Olive Garden.
Yeah, it was Olive Garden, and the circumstances were playing against her. It was her first day. We got in there.
And you ate there.
We got in there at 9:30, I guess, or something. It was late. But we all ordered never-ending pasta bowls, and she didn't bother to tell us that we could only get one bowl. If I would have known that I could only get one plate, I wasn't going to be able to get a refill on my never-ending pasta bowl.
Don't even say what you called her, though.
I would have ordered a tour of Italy. I'm not dumb. I would have ordered a tour of Italy. But then I said, okay, I'll put it in my second order now. It's just, the kitchen's closed. And I simply responded with my open heart and my open mouth.
He called her the C word. Anyway, here's
cute.
The
Christ.
Remember Biden? I guess Biden called Rittenhouse a white supremacist. Here's something about that.
Another topic. Would the president ever apologize to the acquitted Kenosha shooter Kyle Rittenhouse for suggesting online and on TV that he is a white supremacist?
Well, let's be clear what we're talking about here. This is about a campaign video released last year that used President Trump's own words during a debate as he refused to condemn white supremacists and militia groups. And President Trump, as we know from history, and as many of you covered, didn't just refuse to condemn militia groups on the debate stage.
All right, so I see people saying sue Biden. I mean, people tried to sue Trump while he was president. We saw how easy that
why
was.
Not?
It's not going to be easy to sue the sitting president.
I think Sue Biden's one of his granddaughters.
Encouraged them throughout his presidency.
Mary Sue Biden.
So, what we've seen are the tragic consequences of that. When people think it's okay to take the law into their own hands instead of allowing law enforcement to do its job. And the president...
Instead of allowing law enforcement to do its job. You motherfuckers rode into the White House. You motherfuckers rode into the White House on the back of a movement that was saying all cops are bad and defund the police. Like your base has a problem with the police, okay? So saying not to take the law into your own hands, we're having a problem with the police on both sides then. If it's the vigilantes that feel like they have to do the policing while the rest of the world's like, will the police stop killing us? We can't just sit back and let the police continue to do what they're doing. That's neither side wants that.
Believes in condemning hatred, division, and violence. That's exactly what was done in that video.
But if you're saying that it was just a campaign video, it wasn't. The president also gave an interview where he said this Rittenhouse was part of a militia coming out of Illinois. Have you ever heard this president referring to Trump say one negative thing about white supremacists? These are all things. none of this was proven in the trial. And Kyle Rittenhouse is saying that
it is true. Biden just called him a white supremacist. There was nothing related to him being a white supremacist that surfaced in the trial. So it is true. The president did slander Kyle Rittenhouse. Honestly, it is like he did slander him, but whether or not he's going to be held accountable or apologize, probably not.
Maybe Biden can offer him a Werther's original.
the president had actual malice in.
Maybe he'll kiss his ears. He'll stand behind him, put his shoulders on him, give him a little massage on his shoulders.
Can you imagine
kiss his forehead a little bit?
Could you imagine if Biden invited Kyle Rittenhouse to the White House just to grope him?
Defaming his character. Is that what happened here?
The president spoke to the verdict last week. He has obviously condemned the hatred and division and violence we've seen around the country by groups like the Proud Boys and groups that that individual has posed in photos with. But beyond that, I'll leave it to his comments.
I've
around
never
the
posted a
verdict.
photo with any bad people.
Yeah. I'm so tired of Biden. I don't really think Biden is just do nothing.
They keep talking about this photo that Kyle Rittenhouse posed in with white supremacists,
at
Proud
the,
Boys.
At the bar. I saw
Yeah,
it.
they keep talking about this photo.
And he did the
But I saw a video of Kyle Rittenhouse, and he was in the video with a known P word. A known.
Who was it?
Rosenbaum.
Oh, well, yeah, right. Fighting him and killing him?
Oh, God. Yeah, I guess that. Context matters, guys. Context matters.
Does matter.
Let's see.
Context matters.
I'm looking for something. Oh, Alex Jones and Roger Stone are going to have to, I think, testify.
Against Trumpy?
No, in the January 6th thing.
I heard that the organizers of the March onto the House thing are being ordered, was it $25 million to pay $25 million for their involvement in it?
5 new subpoenas Monday from the January 6th committee, including 2 marquee Trump world names, Roger Stone and Alex Jones. The subpoenas tell us...
I cannot wait to see this testimony. Not so much Roger Stone. I don't really care about him. But Alex Jones, I really want to see this.
2 organized and paid for rallies is still a big committee focus. Jones and Stone's initial responses, though, tell us don't expect cooperation.
Jones and Stone's initial response.
Yeah, check this. This is great.
Their committees has launched this witch hunt dragnet against people that peacefully went to D.C. To protest what they thought were fraudulent results in the election. If I've done nothing wrong, but I know this is a political witch hunt similar to the Soviet commissars, then how do you respond to that?
Oh, they're communists. Yeah, the Soviets. Yeah.
Soviets?
He's way out in left field already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our panel is back with us. Elliot Williams, I'm going to go to you first, the attorney. So this is a challenge in any investigation because investigations involve criminals or bad actors, and criminals and bad actors lie. And Alex Jones is just a renowned conspiracy theorist and liar. Roger Stone goes back to
liar.
It's not a lie if you believe it's true. It's just misinformation. So you have to kind of figure out whether or not he knows he's saying things that aren't true. Which his one deposition that he did where he claimed he was like an entertainer, that kind of point towards him being a liar.
Richard Nixon days, liar. But they're important to the investigation because
I don't like CNN calling anybody liar, though. Like, these people twist and turn the news to fit their narrative the same way Fox does, the same way all media does, the similar way Alex Jones does it.
Similar, just probably not as blatant.
Alex Jones does it with a little more character. They do it.
He does it in a more entertaining way. CNN's bland, but CNN hides it a little better than Alex Jones does.
CNN makes you think that, they're respectable. Alex Jones never tried to make you think he was respectable.
On all the main news channels, whether it be network or cable, mostly cable though, because it's 24 hours on cable news, a lot of opinions replaced actual news. but it still looks the same. Like when you watch, like Tucker is opinions, not real news. He's not reporting the news. He's giving his opinion.
Yeah, he's not a journalist.
Right. So, but it's presented the same way. It looks similar to the guy reading the news on Fox News. And it's the same on CNN. So when opinions kind of became at least half or more of what you see on news channels, that's when a lot of the lies started being said. There are the people who are the actual news reporters where their job is to actually report the news. You won't get as much from them as you'll get from like Sean Hannity or, a commentator, Rachel Maddow, people on both sides that are just opinion people. There's a lot of bullshit coming from those people.
There's a lot of lies coming from politicians on both sides. There's a lot of liars that we hold up in the air all the time and say, hey, these guys are perfectly fine. We respect them because they're team us. They're blue team. They're red team. Everybody, if you're got a camera pointed at you, you're probably a liar.
Look at the color scheme behind them. It's all blue and red, It's like they just they do this I don't know. It's like they theme it in a certain way so that you're always thinking that way too, either blue or red.
Involved with
shows.
the organizers, involved with people coming. So how do you launch an investigation when you know the person across the table either is going to refuse to cooperate or what they tell you is probably a lie?
John, this is the big challenge because
and now that these channels basically decide who they're going to invite to these debates. It used to be the League of Women Voters. Like the channel, like you won't see a third party candidate in a debate ever again. The two parties and the networks will keep them off. Ross Perot was the last one to make it to like a presidential level as a debate.
What year was that? 2004?
No, that was the 90s.
Yeah,
like
it was
early 90s. Bill Clinton.
It was 92.
Yeah, Bill Clinton ran against Ross Perot and George H.W. Bush.
Yeah.
And he won. And Ross Perot did steal some votes from Bush. He stole more votes from Bush than he stole from Clinton, for
Ross
sure.
Perot had a pretty nice lead and then ducked out of the run.
And then he came back.
And then came back.
And
when
that
it
hurt him
didn't
because
matter
people were
anymore.
like, yeah, because people were like, this guy isn't serious about it.
If I was the CIA and I was trying to put Hillary Clinton into the White House in 15 years, I'd start by getting her husband in. And then I would have to get rid of this Ross Perot character. And then when we had another opportunity for a Ross Perot character in Bernie Sanders, I would have the Democrats conspire against Bernie Sanders, which they actually did, and it was deemed within their legal rights to conspire against Bernie Sanders and the American people.
Well, I'm not worried about it because I know nothing whatsoever about it. I was not on the ellipse. I did not march to the Capitol.
I take back what I said earlier about bow ties being cool.
So he doesn't want to have any. He doesn't like both of them. Don't even want to go. But if they're getting subpoenaed, I think they have to go.
Whatsoever. On the other hand, as one who was framed for lying to Congress, I would probably.
The only reason this guy is free is because Trump pardoned him.
Assert my Fifth Amendment right and decline to be interviewed.
In the Trump silo, I'm a victim. That's the constant refrain. I'm a victim, they're after me.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because what they're not saying, the subpoena is about their involvement in the Stop the Steal rally prior to the insurrection.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, we didn't go in there. We didn't tell anyone to go in there. I saw Roger Stone hanging out with some people that probably went in prior. There's video of him hanging out with, probably Proud Boys or one of those kind of groups. But yeah, he didn't go in. He's too old and frail
What
to go.
he's saying is, well, I didn't march to the Capitol and I didn't know anything about what happened at the Capitol, but that's not what you're asked to talk about. And what the January 6th committee is trying to determine is how connected were the two. We know that it started at that rally and then it turned into something else. Connecting the dots it looks like that's what they're trying to get, and that's what the Trump allies don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I guess maybe I want to hear what Alex Jones says here. Maybe they don't have to go. They can just plead the Fifth and they won't have to go.
We went and paid for it. Thank God a donor came in that paid for like 80% of it because it cost close to $500,000. for all the equipment, all the stages, and the rest of it. The White House told me 3 days before, we're going to have you lead the march. The Secret Service, before Trump finishes 30 minutes before, so will lead you to a point, take you out of the front row, and lead you to the place where they want you to start the march, and Trump will tell people, go and I'm going to meet you at the Capitol.
Wow, I never heard this before.
Yeah.
So this is admission that this was planned to lead a march of people with Alex Jones at the front to meet Trump over at the Capitol, according to Alex Jones.
Yeah, according to White House said that's what they told him.
Well, if that's the truth, which is always an if when it comes to Alex Jones, but if that's the truth, that's a pretty valuable piece of the narrative about how involved was the Trump White House. What was the then president?
I'd say that is interesting. I had never seen that before. I don't really care so much what they have to say on it, though. But
I got word from the White House that I was going to be leading the march.
Was he though?
Did he lead the march?
Was he? Yeah. Was he marching? Like, was he in that group of people that walked over there?
I'm not sure. Somebody had a clip of him that said that he was telling people not to go in or something because everybody said he was inciting it, and he released a clip that was like counter to that.
Yeah, we watched that one video that kind of demonstrated who planned it and who got other people involved and how they kind of like tricked people into going with them. And I don't think Alex Jones was mentioned once in that.
Yeah,
I think Alex Jones is an entertainer, more than an actual political figure,
which is fine to
kind
be
of like
entertainer.
Donald Trump.
Like I would love to be a political grifter.
Carlson.
Are we kind of political grifters, Ben? Do we get to be considered political grifters?
We're not actually involved in politics.
Yeah.
We talk about it.
Yeah, I would like to be.
I've never officially endorsed any candidate. I've said who I planned on voting for in the past, but I don't encourage anyone else to vote a certain way.
If anybody out there has some George Soros money and wants to throw it our way, just let me know.
George Soros, man, he's old. He can't have too many days left. That guy's very old.
I don't know. Everybody who's rich gets to live forever, I heard.
Man, Queen Elizabeth is pretty old. You know, Queen Elizabeth, her mother lived to be like 102 or 103 years old, like pretty old. Wow. And she's about to be 99 coming up soon.
Who do you think?
That family does have some. And her husband just died, I think, this year, and he was like 100. So they do have some serious longevity. At least that generation does.
Who do you think's going to live longer, the Queen or Betty White?
That's a hard one.
Betty White's kind of like America's queen.
Betty White is pretty old. She's like 99
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's almost there. Almost a big 100.
Well, sorry to all our European fans, but my money's on Betty White.
My money's on Betty White too.
Only the British ones would care, not the European ones necessarily.
You don't think they support the Queen more than Betty White?
No, they probably don't care either way. They probably don't care either way. They don't like if they don't live in the. I mean, a lot of people in the UK don't like the Queen, but people that don't live in the UK couldn't care less about the Queen. I mean, a lot of people in Europe, in different European countries, have their own queen, depending on which country it is. So, like Belgium and the Netherlands, they have royal families.
Okay, I'm not sorry to our European fans then. Fuck off for having their own queen.
Exactly.
Nobody's better than Betty White anyways. Betty White's better than your queen, your king.
Trump-backed Republican Sean Parnell has suspended his campaign for the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania after losing custody of his children. The decision came after Parnell lost custody of his 3 children amid allegations of physical and verbal abuse of his estranged.
Oh, yeah, someone in the chat just made a good point. Yeah, I mean, like, Australia and Canada are closer to giving a shit about the Queen than pretty much any other European country besides.
I apologize
the
to
UK.
Australia, Canada, and the UK.
There's a few more, but yeah, we'll leave it at that.
But I still choose Betty White over your silly fucking Queen.
According to the Inquirer, a judge granted Parnell's wife primary custody of their children following allegations of past physical abuse and uncontrolled anger. The newspaper quoted Parnell denying the allegations. The Army veteran was running for the seat held by conservative Republican Senator Pat Toomey,
He had his
who is
kids
retiring
taken
after
away.
next year.
Do you think he was more abusive than Alec Baldwin was to his daughter?
Pennsylvania's Senate race is seen as one of the most competitive races in the 2022 congressional elections and could help determine which party will control the Senate. Third-term U.S. Representative Connor Lamb is competing against a crowded field to capture the Democratic nomination for the Senate seat.
Is that the guy from Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah, Jeff Daniels.
It looks like a Jeff
Daniels.
Yeah,
I thought it was David Duke.
David. Yeesh. Look at the mustache back there. The guy with the black glasses and the mustache. Well, the dark mustache.
Family.
He
Family.
He looks like he's about ready to commit some sort of crime. Too many people back here disturb me.
Here's that guy. Okay, so here's some video of the guy that did the killings at the parade getting arrested. Check this out.
Okay, this just in. A doorbell camera captured the moments of surrender for that suspect accused of driving into that Christmas parade, killing 5 people.
He's trying to get into somebody's
Wisconsin
house.
Man says Daryl
looks cold outside.
Brooks, the suspect, showed up at his door asking for help getting in touch with an Uber.
Hey, can I called an Uber and I'm supposed to be waiting for it over here, but I don't know when it's coming. Can you call it for me, please?
Okay, the man was
he showed up at a random house.
Unaware of the mass casualty event and let that suspect, Brooks, use his phone. The camera then recorded the moments that police closed in on Brooks.
My ID.
This must be crazy for this person. This random guy shows up at his house trying to use his phone. And then the cops just
come in. Be nice. Midwestern. No.
Dude.
Okay, Brooks.
Look at this dude. Like, this is a crazy looking picture. I don't know if it was just like, I don't know why. Either he's crazy or maybe like they just took a bad picture of him. I don't know.
Or maybe this is going on like this is what I would take if I had a MySpace in 2009. This would be my MySpace profile pic. I would want to be a little angry. Picture? Yeah, that's a good MySpace profile picture.
To be in court later today.
Tequila might even put me in her top 8.
Police believe he had been involved in a domestic disturbance before he mowed down people, they say, at that parade. The 39-year-old was out on just $1,000 bail for a third incident earlier this month when he allegedly tried to run over a woman who says she is the mother of his child.
Wow. So he's already tried to run people over. He got out on $1,000 bail only to kill a bunch of innocents, including children.
CNN's Adrian Broadus is tracking developments from there for us. Adrian, so what is going to happen in this court hearing?
In just a few hours, Brooks will be formally charged. According to the chief of police here in Waukesha, initially, Brooks is likely going to be charged with 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. But this isn't the first time the 39-year-old man has been slapped with charges. In fact, he has an extensive criminal background.
Yeah, they went through it. I watched his, pre-trial. And they mentioned he's being held for millions in bail.
Do you think?
And they listed his rap sheet, and it's long. It goes on for decades.
Do you think maybe this was Jump Kick Man?
No, I don't. I do not believe so.
Dating back to the 1990s. Most recently, according to documents CNN obtained, he was involved in another domestic disturbance earlier this month. According to a criminal complaint, Brooks used his vehicle to run over a woman in the parking lot of a gas station. Now, according to this
How's this guy driving still?
Complaint, the woman, who is only identified by initials, alleges she and Brooks share a child together. She says before Brooks ran her over with that vehicle, he hit her with a closed fist. Now, he was charged in that case. A number of charges surrounding that case, but prosecutors also charged him with bail jumping because he was already out on bail from another incident stemming from the summer of July 2020. And investigators say minutes before he drove down this stretch of Main Street, plowing into all the people who were here celebrating, people who were at the parade, he was involved in another domestic disturbance. Alice.
All right, here's him in court.
Prosecutors are saying in court that they've learned that a 6th person was killed
in Sunday's car parade attack. I want to go back to Maura Barrett and Waukesha. And Maura, that hearing that we talked about is over. And this sixth death is a very difficult one. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, because he killed a kid. Like they announced it in court while I was sitting there. They're like, "Oh, we just got word that there's a sixth murder charge coming in."
Has died. We're hearing that it was an 8-year-old boy that unfortunately passed away. His younger brother is also recovering from injuries. We got an update from their church via our affiliate.
This guy's
and
going
so this
away
is obviously
forever.
a very troubling and sad update. But what we should talk about in terms of the charges, just because
If
the
he's
first
guilty of even one of these, he gets life in prison.
It's just so senseless. Neither of these sides had any political leanings. Like, this was just somebody who was killing for not politics.
I don't know
what's
what
the point of murdering.
He might just be crazy. He might just be a homicidal maniac. He sounds like he has a history of violence. So
5
there you
charges
go.
were announced.
Yeah, in that graph, it showed that he was a registered sex offender in Nevada.
Yes. Yeah. So when someone has like a literal criminal history, like a confirmed criminal history of violence, they probably shouldn't be out. Like
he shouldn't have been.
If they can't show any I mean, like, you know, there has to be some serious signs of improvement to be let out when you have this kind of history. Like, they have to have like confirmed, like, you've improved. You can go back into society because we don't think you're going to keep doing this. Because you don't want them to be able to do something that's going to land them in prison for life, you know?
Yeah. He should have been an institution. He should have been institutionalized. Not jail, but like
he still should be. Like, this is part of the reformatting the prison system. It's a revolving door system right now. They get more money to have people come back in. Like, it's not about fixing people. This guy, as many times as as many chances as he's had, you'd think that they'd known that incarceration wasn't going to work. He needs to be like dealt with mentally. I guess we don't have the resources for that though. Like,
we'll see if we figure out what the motive was, if it was related to Rittenhouse or if it's just a crazy guy who wanted to kill people. It could be that.
I mean, if it was related to Rittenhouse, that's the stupidest reason to run over a bunch of fucking kids.
And he has a criminal history. Like, he has,
I think he was
a
just
violent history. So
history of violence.
It probably doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
No, I doubt it.
Today.
It's just weird that it's also in Wisconsin.
That means that the district attorney does have the ability to continually add on more charges if needed until the arraignment date. That's expected to take place.
Yeah, so everyone that dies, he'll be charged with their murder and
of weeks. We don't have a
the
firm
odds of
date
him
set
being
on that
convicted
yet.
of even
And
just
as to
one
the
of
other
them
point that we
are
talked about at the
super
top of the show around bail, bail was set for Dale Brooks at $5 million because of his past
$5 million
criminal history, his violent history, and other items that they brought up that we've been talking about, reporting on the past couple of days in terms of the 10 different crimes that he's been arrested for over the past 20 years. Obviously, someone that they are very concerned about being back in public. So that $5 million bail and a 6th person dead. We also obviously earlier this hour learned that there are 62 people injured, up about a dozen more people than we've been reporting.
Wisconsin is messed up.
The past couple of days, Hallie.
Maura Barrett.
Move out of Wisconsin. Move to the UP. I bet the UP and Wisconsin, even though they're connected, are like night and day. The UP of Michigan, the good part of Michigan.
Waukesha, Maura, thank you for coming
I
back
actually
on.
want to move to Wisconsin.
Why?
I want to go to school there. I want to go to Madison.
Oh, I've been
So
to
maybe I'll be
Madison
safer in
before.
Madison.
I've been to Madison, Wisconsin before. It's like, it was cool when I was there. It's just a lot of weird stuff's going on in Wisconsin right now.
Yeah, I like the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
I'll probably just stick to Madison, Milwaukee, and then I'll go to Green Bay once in a while.
I think this
But other
crazy
than
dude
that-
was from Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, well,
which is
Waukesha
Algonquin
right
for the
near
good
Milwaukee.
land.
With that developing news tonight, I appreciate it.
Ye gads. Everyone give us a like if you haven't already. We'd appreciate it. Become a patron. Catch Actual Mania this Friday.
The helpful Doge says this guy is actually going to be punished for his crimes, unlike Rittenhouse.
I mean, this is a very different crime.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah,
senseless murder, like mass murder and killing like an 8-year-old child and possibly more.
They're saying that he was fleeing a stabbing or something, a knife incident from before he was fleeing from the police during this.
Was he?
That's what people in the chat have been saying.
I guess we'll figure it out as it comes out.
Saying that he was in his grandmother's SUV.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out as it's going to go to trial. We'll see what it does.
I do want to say, if this guy was white, I think we'd all be singing a different tune right now.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah,
no.
probably not.
No, I wouldn't.
I do not think so.
Really. No. No matter what color he is, he deserves to go to jail.
Yeah.
Well, he deserves something more than jail. He deserves to. You can't pay back for crimes like this.
Yeah, that's not what the correction system is for. It's not for punishment. It's for keeping dangerous people off of the streets.
Yeah.
And in some cases rehabilitation, but some people can't be rehabilitated. Honestly,
like this guy obviously cannot.
He's had multiple chances.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's. Yeah.
I don't think he should have a second chance.
Here's a jury found Unite the Right defendants liable for more than 26 million in damages. So I think this is the Charlottesville stuff, right? I think this is Charlottesville.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah.
And let's get right to the breaking news. The verdicts in the civil case against organizers of the Unite the Right rally back in 2017. CNN's Brian Todd is in Charlottesville. Brian, what did the jury say?
Well, this is a devastating financial blow to some of the most notorious white supremacists and white nationalist groups in the country. Jim, the plaintiff's attorneys declaring unequivocal victory tonight, saying this sends a clear message to anyone who comes to a town like Charlottesville to deliver messages of hatred.
Or any town.
I mean, you could do. That's why they were sued in civil court, I guess. This is for like damages. Because you can't sue them for having a racist rally. That's actually legal in the United States.
First Amendment right.
Yeah, so you can't arrest them. So I guess this is like a civil suit.
Tonight, the jury awarded the plaintiffs in the Unite the Right trial more than $26 million in compensatory and punitive damages on several claims. Among them, finding 5 defendants were liable for racial, religious, or ethnic harassment or violence under a Virginia state law. And that
harassment. You can sue someone that harassed you if you can prove that they did it.
All the defendants participated in a conspiracy.
I think this verdict today is a message that this country does not tolerate violence based on racial and religious hatred.
I mean, it tolerates it as far as criminality goes. I mean, so it's literally just civil damages
in any form.
In addition, James Alex Fields Jr., the driver of the...
Well, yeah, this guy actually killed someone, so...
Yeah, this guy is another piece of trash.
Who likes to use a car to kill people. This guy didn't have prior record that I'm aware of, but...
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. No, they put him away.
Sick. Yeah,
he was from Maumee, which is like the suburbs south of Toledo. He drove all the way to this just to do this. It's like, get a new hobby, man. Do some fucking crochet or something. I don't know.
Does Maumee have a softball team?
You do crochet in Ohio?
A softball team? I mean,
they play on the old dairy field. The Maumee Milkers.
A softball team.
Car that plowed into the crowd of counter-protesters, killing one and injuring dozens, was found liable for more than $12
But yeah, the Maumee joke has been made for a long time.
$1 million for assault.
But this is about a softball team on the dairy lot. The Maumee Milkers.
Good one.
I liked it.
Here's the guy. He has that like kind of fashy haircut.
Looks like
this Richard Spencer haircut.
Looks like Steven Crowder if his face was smushed.
Battery.
If someone just pinched his little stupid face.
And for inflicting emotional distress.
There's going to be accountability for the people who did this.
More than half of the damages against Fields. The rest spread among various defendants from the white nationalist.
How much does Twitter and Facebook and other social media cause this shit? It's quite a bit. We didn't have it on this scale, but it's because they couldn't as easily find each other and communicate. So it really kind of does
had
contribute.
It on a certain level, right?
Like, on a certain level, yeah.
Yeah, everything is a little more connected now, but that's everything across the board.
Movement.
The defendants in the case are destitute. None of them have any money. I don't know how any of the plaintiffs are going to get anything for...
Open your other eye.
Any of this.
Did he get something in his eye?
I don't know. I feel like that guy's been through some shit today, and I feel sorry for him.
The jury was deadlocked on the first two
God.
claims that organizers conspired to commit racial violence.
This looks awful.
Or failed to prevent it.
But it's a really good picture. Like the photo quality and the depth and the carnage
testimony about
taken
the injuries
there.
they
It's an amazing picture to look at.
Brawling at
but
the
it's
rally,
horrible.
and Fields' car that ran through the crowd, and private communications allegedly showing organizers discussing the.
This is what I'm talking about right here. This is these are YouTube comments.
Potential for violence.
Whoa! Did you see what Cracked Coconut said?
What?
Okay. Cracked Coconut said, "We must not slacken."
And then they say something in German.
Sage Heil.
The potential for violence, quote, cracking skulls, and even whether it's legal to drive into protesters.
Why would it be legal? What a dumb thing to ask.
But the defendants said they didn't plan the violence. It wasn't their fault, and that what they said before the rally was hyperbole and is protected free speech.
You telling me these white supremacists are using the "I didn't do nothing" defense?
Didn't do nothing.
Damages awarded by the jury mean a judgment against some of America's most notorious white nationalists, including Richard Spencer, Jason Kessler, and Christopher Cantwell. The damages will go to the plaintiffs, who include some of those most severely injured in the car ramming and the brawling.
I think we did a decent job on the defense side, cutting the damages down to size, even though it is many millions of dollars.
This civil trial, an effort by activists to financially cripple the white nationalist movement.
It sets a precedent, which is that if you conspire to commit violent acts, especially on racial grounds, you should expect that plaintiffs will file suit against you under these federal and state laws in the future. And so the trial in that way is a deterrent against future white supremacist conduct of the kind that we saw in Charlottesville in August 2017.
All right.
This guy kind of talks like Napoleon Dynamite's brother.
All right, so interesting shit. I guess we'll. I did not see this coming with all the other stuff in the news, all the other court related stuff. I had no idea this was going on too. Yeah, everyone liked the stream. I guess maybe we'll take a look at donos that came in for a second. And see.
Strem. Just Spicy just said Christ in all capitals. Rat Lord Alcaraz said, WTF, Billy, a cat tower? I'm sorry if you guys have cat towers. I got multiple messages from people saying
they're
they have
good
cat
for
towers.
Cats if you have a cat.
And I'm
it's
sorry,
good. They like to sit up high, and it has scratching post on it. So
I'm sorry I talked down on your cat towers,
it's good.
guys.
They're good for your cat if you have a cat.
I've never owned a cat, and the people I've lived with who have had cats never had cat towers.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry. Vanessa Barbie gave big love. Miranda Tippy, again, thank you for the big love. Crab90 said the real issue with Kyle Rittenhouse is why a teenager felt any need to offer private protection services to property owners. Our society is breaking down. I think there's people that are being left in... They're not part of our society, right? They're being left out. They feel like they need more on both sides. They need more security, and they end up going against each other rather than figuring out ways to actually make their life better. They just continually butt heads forever. It'll never change until the system actually works for the people. But it doesn't work for the people. It works for the people who are making the money off the people.
It works for Buca de Pipa.
These people are just pawns. They're prawns. They're prawns in a cocktail sauce. Thick Soul said, poot, poot, son of a bitch. And Lord of Nurgle said, family. I peed in the basement. Damn. And that catches us all up on the tip top. Wow. Thank
all
you
right,
so much
antagonism starts now.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. TP, are they going to touch me?
Family. So we got some Karen freakout type videos for you. Here's the first one.
Thanks for the great content from the two ultimate beta males, Ben and Billy. Also, Billy needs to stop spending hours on Stormfront.
For one, I spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes a day on Stormfront. I don't read the articles. I just look at the clickbait titles, and then I find one that's about like Nazi chicks with big boobs, and I jerk off and I leave because Pornhub doesn't do it for me anymore. Okay, I love jerking off to alt-right Nazi women. It's not a love thing. It's a hate fuck thing. Okay, so don't call me out on my Stormfront content anymore. By the way, shut the fuck up. We're not beta. Ben and I are at least Omega men.
I think that's lower than beta.
Shit!
I'm the beta.
Karen resists arrest at bank and cop takes her down.
Nice.
Ma'am, I'll say if they're free to leave, you have to leave.
My money's in this bank, and I'm going to take it out.
Well, then you have to abide by the rules, and you have to have a mask on.
This is a state.
Yeah, like if you have money in the bank and you want to walk in naked, they wouldn't let you in either.
I have $150 in an account here, so I make the rules.
It's not. Businesses have the right to refuse service, even if you're not wearing a mask. That's their choice. Awesome. Well, you need to go and get a mask and then take your money out. You're not allowed to do.
I've been waiting here.
Ma'am, listen, we're going to do this the easy way or the hard way.
What are you going to do? Arrest me?
Yes, for intruding on premises.
That's
Learn how to use a
hilarious.
fucking ATM.
Yeah, and there's a lot of outdoor ATMs too, so you wouldn't have to put the mask on.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and you believe in this?
I believe in it.
Do you believe in this?
The laws, yes.
The law says that I do not have to wear a mask.
You can not in public,
My
but you're not in
right.
public. You're not in public.
Yes,
I'm not going to argue with you about this. This is not a public place. This is a private business. No, you're not. We're going to go outside.
Are you serious?
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Well, I don't.
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Well, you are wearing clown makeup.
Let's walk outside.
You've got some issues.
I've got issues.
That you're taking away
Okay.
people's human rights.
Okay. Let's
Oh,
go
now
outside.
is
Let's
he
go
going to
outside.
shoot me, people? Is
No.
he going to shoot me for
Human
trying
rights.
not to breathe?
Cool.
Come on, dude.
Don't don't do that. Oh
Come
no.
on, dude. Touch me. Who do you think you are?
2010, one
Oh,
system.
back up. Some old lady is getting handcuffed here.
Oh, that was a cop? That was like her. I thought it was
Yes.
a bank employee.
No, it's a cop. It's a body cam footage.
Ma'am,
Are
put your
you-
hands behind your back. Say, you don't stop resisting. Stop.
Is anybody gonna like get real here? Really?
Relax.
Does he have to read her Miranda rights?
Eventually.
Get real?
Eventually. Not right now.
Come on.
It's just like any time between now and when he puts her in the. Well, he can do it after he puts her in the car too. It's just like before she gets booked and everything.
Smash my head down now? Now you're smashing my arm into my private area?
Should have wore that mask.
What? You're smashing my arm into my private area.
Your private area?
Yeah.
My
the
guy
hell?
even responded, your private area?
What?
Look, ma'am, I was aiming for your Johnson. I didn't realize you had a vajayge.
Put your hands behind your back.
My hand is behind my back, sir.
This one. Turn over on your.
Both of them.
No, man. Put your hand behind your back.
My hand is behind my back.
Relax.
I'm totally relaxed. You're the one.
No,
I
you
am
are not
relaxed.
relaxed.
You're a little bit. She's like a brat. She's bratting against him. This is
Yeah.
very strange.
Not relaxed at all.
Right here, people.
She's like submitting. She's eventually getting there, but it's like
she's asking the other people to help her. It's like they're not going to help you.
She's like, what sort of man are you? You're just putting my hand down into my private area?
She's into this. She's not even a Karen. She literally likes to get caught and released. This is her kink.
Wow! What about your sheep?
She's like ridiculously calm about this. That's what scares me.
You're hurting me.
Oh, I'm filming it.
This is like
Yeah,
this is
okay.
like cutting me.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand yourself up.
And how do you suggest, sir? I'm like a 65-year-old woman here.
Okay. She's winning me over. She's winning me over. How do you suggest I stand up, sir?
Stand
my
up.
hands are behind my fucking back. She's just like nagging him.
Are you trying to speak Spanish to people?
I do speak Spanish.
Okay, well, stand
I
up.
do speak Spanish. What are you, some sort of
happy now?
non-Spanish
I'm not
speaker?
happy.
You little dick cop. Yeah, you got a tiny pinky pee-pee, don't you?
Into the whole thing. She's into the whole thing. It's sick. That's sick.
Do you know what that
Oh
means?
my God.
Leave me the hell alone. Leave me alone.
It's like you're the one in the store talking to her. Why? She's behind the counter. If you walk away from the counter, she can't even talk to you.
Yeah, but there's fat entitlement, okay? When you're surrounded by candy, you feel like you're the king of the world when you're fat. I've been surrounded by candy before. I know.
Same way you're surrounded by pasta bowls at an Olive Garden building.
Jesus.
Hey, she should have told me they were
Listen to
closing the kitchen.
yourself Sometimes.
Don't care if it was her first
I
day.
was nice about it when I came in and asked for it. I don't want your help.
How dare you talk to me like this in front of the wall of jujubes?
Don't want your help. Get your supervisor. Get your
I feel bad for that lady in line. Like, I just want to buy my shit and go
I don't
home.
want the manager. I said supervisor.
I don't want the manager. I want the supervisor. It's the same thing.
God, girl, do you know how to shut up?
Ma'am.
God, girl, do you not know how to shut up? Don't you realize I'm standing over Mentos Fresh Makers and some Sour Patch Kids?
I don't want your fucking help.
Whoa.
Do you understand me? Yes, I do. You won't shut up. But you don't have any of those crackles. You don't have to shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
No, she doesn't.
You gotta respect me when I'm standing this close to all this candy. Don't you know how the Infinity Stones work?
It's completely uncalled for you to keep her with.
There's a goddamn 7 boxes of Reese's below my gunt. You gonna talk to me like this? I will charge up and melt this chocolate all over you, okay?
I'm not harassing you. Your part is not going through. Because you're harassing me.
She's freaking out because her card is getting declined.
Leave me the fuck alone. Do you not understand? Call your boss. Call your boss right now. Call your boss.
What's happened to you guys?
You're
Have you
not
witnessed that? Somebody's car getting declined at a store?
the one I want to talk to. Call your boss. Whose number is this? That's the corporate number. You wanted the corporate number. Yes. You want to write it down? Ma'am, that is the number. Write corporate number on there for me. That is the corporate. Write the word corporate office for me.
No, fuck you. Like, you're such a bitch.
That's the corporate number.
Get out.
I hate, this is why we have a labor shortage right now, because this woman working here is not getting paid enough to deal with people like this at all. Yep. It's like, she's just not getting paid enough. It sucks so bad when you have to be nice to someone that doesn't deserve it at all.
But to be fair,
I knew you were going to do this. I knew it. I knew you were going to argue with it somehow.
You just love being right, don't you?
What?
You just love it. To be fair, though, there's not really any amount of money that they could pay her for her to deal with this shit. Like $100 an hour, not worth it to deal with this shit. $200 an hour, not worth it to deal with this shit.
Well, you're a supervisor and manager. Yeah, you have to deal with shit like this.
Yeah.
That's part of the job.
It sucks, though.
People should not be able to go. You should be like, you know what, that social credit system in China everybody talks bad about? That should, like, we should do it to people who have video proof of them publicly freaking out. Then we should just blackmail them. Or not blacklist them. Sorry, I was getting this confused with my sex life. We should blacklist them so they can't go into restaurants or stores anymore. You have to order Uber Eats, bitch.
You're very
Amazon Fresh Delivery, bitch.
Very, very stupid. You are very stupid.
You're stupid. You don't have money in your card.
Would you walk away? I'll pay for my food if you walk away. Ma'am, I'm not going to walk away because unfortunately your transaction is not going through. Because
you're broke.
they're talking to me. You know, and yes.
She thinks that her talking to her is not making her payment go through. I don't understand the logic.
Well, last time she used that card, this woman wasn't talking to her and it worked.
Oh,
So
so
this
you
woman's
just
talking
put
to
two
her.
and two together.
Yeah.
It's a voice-activated or deactivated card.
You know I defend fat people at all costs.
It's a
right?
voice deactivate.
You know I
God
do.
damn it, Billy.
But
God.
we really aren't that smart.
Please, leave me alone, sir. She would listen to this. As good as he just did, you wouldn't have any problem. Ma'am, I just asked what was wrong. That's all I asked.
Yeah, where's the supervisor? They never came out.
I think she was the supervisor. Well, she was the manager, and she's like, I'm the manager here. She's like, I'm not asking for the manager. I mean, supervisor and manager is basically interchangeable in some places. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't hear that. All right, for sure.
No, you're not. You're not knocking out shit. Hey,
And that's all. This one's too short. It's like a woman in yoga pants versus a woman in slippers and pajama bottoms.
Just basic bitches arguing.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry to them.
Oh, this is an interview. I guess she called some people the N-word. I'm not sure who this is.
Because they kept pushing at it. So, and that's all I'd really like to say.
What about your use of the N-word?
I used that word because they forced me into it.
They forced her.
I used that word because, well, it was the best word to use at the time. I was being forced. I was being forced to use the word. Please, thank you.
See how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it. I would say it again to them.
She says
Yes, I do realize that was incredibly offensive because I was intending to be incredibly offensive. If they wouldn't have pushed me to a zone where I had to be incredibly offensive, my fucking card was declined. And I was by the jujubes.
Investigator from the California State Board of Equalization.
This woman, she's an investigator from the California Board of Equalization.
She is actually
Never heard of it.
as old as Kyle Rittenhouse's mom. This is can you believe that Kyle Rittenhouse's mom and her are the same age? Kyle, that's what racism and hatred will do to a woman. This beautiful young thing looking the way she does when Kyle Rittenhouse's mom looks the way she does.
She's a PYT.
Pretty young thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are you looking for?
Do you own this property? Are you the owner?
Are you looking for?
I'm looking for the owner of the property.
Well, then I'm pretty sure if you're the tax fraud investigator for the state of California that you'll know how to find a property owner.
Well, if you're not the tenant on the lease, then I'm going to have the police out here and have you removed in 2 days.
2 days.
In 2 days.
Like she just pulled that out of her ass.
Yeah.
Stand.
You're funny.
Are you laughing at me?
Yes.
You look like you're on drugs.
Unless you. Looks like you're on drugs.
Looks like she's cosplaying as Mama Fratelli from the Goonies.
So
that you're
Where are your
representing.
credentials?
It doesn't matter.
You will be reported. So you're.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
We'll see what the police say.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're.
It doesn't matter what the
Well,
police
this
say.
house looks like it's got issues.
You look like you have issues.
And there's no.
Some bitch at my
Okay.
Some bitch at my door.
Oh, some bitch at your door. You've
That's
got
what she
squatters here at this property, and I'm going to prove to the police that you don't own it. Okay.
You're a squatter. You're on my property. Get off of it.
Nice.
Actually, you know what?
Oh, she's
I'm going to have you removed from this property in 2 seconds, and I've got your
Oh,
phone
2
number.
days to 2 seconds.
That's a big change.
Damn.
Wow, she's innovating. She's becoming more efficient.
We're out here in your
You
son's
get shit
card,
done quickly.
and I'm going to make sure that he's doing no construction without a license.
Ooh.
Handle your business, bitch.
You fucked with the wrong
your
woman.
business,
California
bitch.
Board
This
of
house looks like
Equalization.
shit.
You look like shit. Go take a shower.
You got spider webs in your lawn.
You had spider webs in your crotch.
You know what? Go back to doing your drugs and squat on houses that you can't afford, lady, because you're going to be gone.
Okay, come back when I'm there and we'll see what you have to say for yourself.
Itsy bitsy spider crawled down the giny spout.
The giny spout.
You got cobwebs in your crotch. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is great. It's like she's trying to
Using the
cast a
force.
spell on.
Using the force, Ben.
Gotta get this on video. It's easy. It's easy.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Do you think the spell got pulled off? Or you think that she wasn't finished with the incantation?
I think the cop
spell
deflected the
backfired.
spell and it came back at her, and that's why she fell. It wasn't really a taser.
Yeah. It backfired on her. That's what she felt.
Yep.
Ipso post mortem.
Expelliarmus!
Yeah.
Avada Kedavra.
Yeah, if she would have had a Cobra Craft wand, this would have gone the other way. Kyle Rittenhouse should have had a Cobra Craft wand. You need a rifle.
No one would have died.
Yeah, we'd have 7 more lives alive today.
Someone might have got an eye poked out, maybe.
No way. So someone would have got laid with their tactical soap.
I love that little clip of Cobra kicking that dude into his little workbench.
Is Cobra Jump Kick Man?
Maybe.
I'd be inclined to believe that if Cobra actually ever left his town. but
That
he
may
never
be.
has.
We should try and solve the
Maybe.
mystery of Jump Kick Man, though.
Yeah.
We got to figure out who Jump Kick Man really is.
I don't want to get jump kicked.
Oh, for one,
I'm afraid of getting jump kicked.
I'm not afraid of no Jump Kick.
I'm afraid of getting jump
I'll
kicked.
take the risk.
Okay, so in about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes, we are ending this show, and we are going to do the post show. Those of you who want to catch the post show, there's 2 ways of doing that. You can either become a $10 patron, which gets you a bunch of other stuff. There's basically almost all the video content we make on Patreon will be available to you at $10. If you don't want to do that, but you still want to see the post shows, which we're going to start doing multiple times a month, then you can just click the join link down below and join us, and a link will be posted to the post show in a few here if you want. We've got more of this kind of stuff, and I've got a lot of video lined up here.
I got a lot
so
of video.
It's out there.
We're going to figure out who Jump Kick Man is tonight, live.
Someone said Jump Kick Man's already been identified.
Shit,
So
don't say that.
Damn it. Fuck.
Damn it.
Don't say that Jump Kick Man has not been identified yet until we identify him. We're the authority.
Let's just identify him as
Yeah, right.
anybody. It was, who? I don't know. Have a good idea who it could have been.
I'm going to say it was G-Man.
I'm going to say it was Aaron Rodgers. He lives in Wisconsin.
He does live in Wisconsin.
He's a maniac. He's an anti-vaxxer. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
He's a big guy, big agile guy. He could probably throw a good jump kick.
Big agile friend of Dorothy.
But his toe is injured.
He used to date Olivia Munn. I don't know why that's relevant, but that is part of it. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, she left him for John Mulaney, right?
Maybe.
Sorry,
I was
Aaron
thinking
Rodgers.
Shailene Woodley.
You don't got what it takes. Spider Pig beat you for
Spider Pig.
the heart of was it Electra? Is that who she played? Electra?
No, she was Psylocke.
Psylocke, yeah.
Psylocke,
Spider Pig hooked up with Psylocke.
Now he's dating the chick from Divergent.
Psylocke, the original character, was a white British lady, and then the Mandarin kidnapped her and made her Asian in the comic books, and she became she was Lady Britain for a while, and then she became Lady Mandarin, and she was bad. She was like a villain for a little while, and then she came back and joined the X-Men, but she stayed Asian. But her brother is Captain Britain.
Hey, Billy.
People are saying Jared Genesis may be Jump Kick Man based on Jump Kick Man's stature.
And his martial arts skills.
Yeah. I could see that. Man, he dodged bullets and jump kick.
Someone said, "Where's the Mandarin in the movies?" The Mandarin, I believe, was in the Mandarin was just like a fake villain in the Marvel in the MCU.
Mandarin,
right?
the Mandarin's super deep in the movies. He was represented by an ideal, and Ben Kingsley played the ideal in the Iron Man 3.
Right.
And then we had everything play out in Shang-Chi. If you guys saw Shang-Chi, you would see the Mandarin's deep. The 10 Rings have been deep in Marvel. They've been hidden throughout the entire MCU. So if you're not seeing it, you're not looking.
Yeah. Get with the program here. Come on, guys.
P.S. People love hugs.
Is the Mandarin a delicious tangerine?
No.
No?
No.
I remember when I was in my early 20s and I worked at Wendy's, we had a Mandarin orange salad that I would make. Because in the morning at Wendy's, they used to make, I don't know anymore, it's been forever, but they used to make the salads fresh every morning. And there was a Mandarin orange salad.
I ate a lot of Wendy's salads because there's a Wendy's by my house. And I'll get
Currently?
There's currently a Wendy's
Well,
by
I
my
meant
house.
like you currently eat a lot of salad, like
Like
Wendy's salads.
when I'm coming back and it's like 11 at night or something.
What do they
I
have
just
now?
go-
Do they still have the spring mix salad?
I don't know what the mix is. I get the same thing every time. It's a Southwest chicken salad with like guacamole. It's got guac. It's got guac.
That probably comes out of a bag
I'm
that they
sure it
scoop
does,
with
yeah.
a little ice cream scooper onto it or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember those. There was a lot of.
It's got bacon and guac.
Yeah,
and chicken,
it sounds good enough.
And it's got some cheese. And I order extra little.
My shipping date to
crunchies.
basic got delayed. Livid, but glad to catch more DP. Also, I am
Oh,
Jump
damn.
Kick Man.
Damn. Well, Goose Juice is Jump Kick Man.
Goose Juice, welcome back. Yeah, we're gonna end this show in a minute or two here. So if you want to sign up, I'm gonna go ahead and post the post show link for all of the members now. Anyone who's a patron or on Subscribestar, you already have it. It's already out there.
I'm not sure if people at home know the secret at Wendy's. I recommend everybody get the app for Wendy's. You can accrue points on the app and get bonus free stuff. But if you get this salad,
I think they all kind of have that, don't they? Doesn't McDonald's have the reward system too?
Probably. I never use it. I only use Wendy's. Wendy's has a jalapeno popper salad. They have a Parmesan Caesar salad. They have a taco salad, an apple pecan salad, and the Southwest avocado salad that I ordered. When I order the Southwest avocado salad, I get these Parmesan crisps. They're like little crispy Parmesan things.
Yeah,
You can order
it's like
them-
a chip, only it's made out of cheese.
Yeah, it's made out of cheese. You can order them in the app. You can add you request like 2 or 3 of them with your salad and just dump them on top of your salad for extra keto crunchiness. It's yummy.
Family. I spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes a day on Stormfront.
Just trying to get my rocks
Nice.
off, dude. Ever since
That's what
Pornhub
makes you to come?
kept me from searching DDLG, I had to find something.
It's true though. It's like banned from Pornhub.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And they get like
they
this.
give you a
You need
warning
help.
message. Yeah. You might
You need
need
help.
help. Here's a link to get help. Help? I just want to watch some freaking broad wear pastels and suck cock with a stuffy in her hand. Why do I need help?
You hear sirens outside?
I wish, dude. For one, I'm smarter than all police officers ever. So if they show up, it'll be like 5 minutes and they'll be my besties. They'll be like, I don't even know why we were called for you. You're such a sweet boy.
I'll be the FBI.
FBI comes, I'm going to have to do a little more work. I'm probably going to have to grovel. I'm probably going to have to show them that I'm wearing pantyhose. They're into that. FBI men are all sick pervs. I only wear pantyhose to seduce the FBI men. CIA can't mess with the CIA. If they come, I'm just like, sorry guys,
Sorry.
Please don't put an ice bullet in my back.
Please don't take me to a black site.
Take me home tonight.
It is now. The link is up for all the channel members. So if you're a member, if you joined, you'll get to see the post show. We're going to go do it in just a minute here. And we will be back on Saturday. Or no, Friday. We'll be back on Friday because we have the pre-show thing to do.
Yeah, everybody who's having a Thanksgiving with family. I want you guys to have a wonderful, delicious Thanksgiving. I want you to eat so much that you decided overeating is a bad thing, and it'll be the last time you ever overeat. That's my hope.
Christmas.
It's my hope and dream is I'll never overeat again. Family.
We're going to the post show. We'll be live there in just a few minutes. Go there now. The link should be up. Good night to you all.
Good night.
The post show. Yeah. Eduardo Garcia, cheers.
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 Family.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.